bought a jet. I just bought a jet. I just bought a jet. I just bought a... Hey,
manifest it
God
real
is
quick.
amazing. When they tell you they can't, you can't. They hating on you. They want you to stop. They try to make you get in depression and feel less about yourself. You see that? You see that? I got rooms on room, man. This shit hold 14 people. Ain't gonna be 14 in here though.
How much did you just
ain't gonna
cost
pack it out like that now. But yeah. Brandon, what's popping, my boy?
What's going to happen is going to just take a shift of where independent artists go to Spotify and say, look, I got no tethers to any of these labels. Let me just fuck with y'all. Because here's the thing, right? The thing with Spotify is that if you're with a label, all the label is some dude or girl that's going to hit up Spotify and be like, hey, can you put this in? And they can just literally be like, no.
Yo, I got
it's the crazy.
By the way, I know everybody at Spotify.
I know, but they can tell you no. It doesn't matter. They can tell you no. The thing to do, like what's going to end up happening is artists are going to start doing direct deals with Spotify and with Apple. Because guess what? If I'm signed to Spotify, I better be in every major playlist. Otherwise, what's the point of being signed to Spotify?
Ain't where it used to be. Sales ain't selling no more. Motherfuckers is not buying tickets like that no more to come to them concerts. Like what? And these people want you to hold music? This shit up out here. I do rap.
He probably not selling out. That's why he eating on that fish fillet $4 sandwich. But there's rappers out here like D Baby just sold out yesterday in Dallas, and every time he comes to Dallas Fort Worth, he sells out. And in Texas in general, he's the hottest Mexican artist over Mexican OT, over Peso Peso, over Izzy, over anyone you know. He is the hottest rapper. I stamped that. And that boy sells out his concerts, bro.
These people want you to hold music. This shit fucked up out here. I do rap. I do rap. If you go on the DSPs like Apple Music, Spotify, all of those places, and you look at where my projects is listed under, like what genre they listed under, they all listed under hip hop and rap. I got a solid fan base. And that's the thing too, like, I won't lie, y'all. I tell y'all, like, the economy is so fucked up that, like, it's so many people going out on tour in October. I gotta see if I'm even able to go out on tour in October. Like, I gotta see, cause the shit fucked up out here. Like, everybody don't got it right now. Everybody don't got it. I wanna be able to, you know what I mean? Y'all got my word. Like, when I do go out on tour.
Why don't these rappers just take a pay cut, man? You about your fans, right?
I'm gonna put my tickets as low as I can for y'all. That way it's fair for y'all and fair for me. You know, fair for everybody that got it. But I'm gonna put my tickets as low as I can for y'all, cause I know how the economy is. All right, shit ain't the best right now.
Lawsuits happen to bosses, but what amazed me about 50, and I even feel funny about talking about another man so much, but he did call me out, and it made me actually look at things. He's been amazing to me because he's done things I can't do. Like, he can get a lawsuit. I don't want to get sued, so I'm going to say allegedly, whatever, right? And have a judgment, but he files for bankruptcy. And then he can get on the Instagram, on the gram, and put a bunch of show money. And I'm like, how does he do that? The government would have been all over me. How could you go bankrupt and still be claiming to have money?
Good question. I'd like to know myself. Timo said he thinks filing bankruptcy means you're broke. No, that's not what it means. Y'all fill me in on this. What am I missing? If you bankrupt, the business is broke, is in debt, but not you. Is that what it is? So they don't go after you, just they can only go after the business.
See, when I have a judgment, I pay my judgments, or they gotta find it. But I'm proud that I've never filed for bankruptcy.
Today, Ray Daniels tweeted that about 50 artists and label execs were laid off from Atlantic Records. And I can't even lie, I kind of saw this coming. Now, I'm only speaking from the artist perspective when I say that artists gotta stop chasing record deals. It is no longer valuable. And it's especially no longer valuable when you have tools like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, social media. As an artist, if you're using these platforms to produce content rather than consume it, you can build your own brand. We are in an age where the labels are gonna have to come to you. We don't live in an age where you make demo tapes and send them off and go to talent shows anymore. That's the
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he's right, bro. Why are you wanting? Why are you trying to go to the label? Like, bro, just let them come to you. Do your thing. Be a content creator as he should. Like DDG, man. He started as a content creator and then he did his rap thing, and now he got people wanting to rock with him. You don't go out there and, like, you seem desperate if you try to go out and look for labels.
My boy, this the new age. Also understand that you're competing with people like Casanat, Drewskis, the Speeds. These are the people that can command attention. The streamers are the new movie stars. So the best thing the artist can do is become your own brand. So coming out and just pushing your music, yeah, that's fine. You know, and it really only works if you're super, super, super talented or if you have a super huge team behind you. But if you don't, the internet is your best friend.
Breaking news, more blood spilt at Atlantic. 50 artists dropped from the label today, according to Ray Daniels. Not to mention Hits Magazine reporting that Julie Greenwald is running around the hallways like a chicken with her head cut off, spilling blood everywhere and putting everybody on the spot. Look, you know, I don't know what's going on. The only thing that I know is
John McCall said the record business is suffering because the business became more important than the art. Oh yeah, I don't know, man. It has been going downhill ever since like the mumbling era, and I don't know what they pushing now.
it's much worse than earlier reported, because they're even hitting up Nigerian billionaire, I forgot his name, Ogunlisi, I think his name was, Ogunlisi. I hope I'm saying that right, but they've even been trying to get him to invest in the record business right now. I mean, streaming is flat. It's not growing. There's no catalog. There's no money coming in, and you're making these massive cuts. I mean, why would you invest in Atlantic Records right now? It's obvious they can't manage a company. You know what I mean? Look, I mean, and there's talks of Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars and them needing the money from the billionaires so that they can stabilize and sign these artists so they have records coming out. I mean, look, the smarter thing would for Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars would to be go independent and find an outside investor.
Caught up in the layoffs. But it was more of a layup than a layoff for me. Okay. Because I knew this was coming.
For you, or you knew it was coming, period?
Both. I knew it was coming for me. Last year around this time, I was having issues with my contract. And that's when I was like, something's wrong. Yep. And I was like, let me start setting up my plan A. I've always had a plan A if I had a job. And the plan A was whatever I was hustling for, you know what I'm saying? So if I had a job, if I was a custodian, I was doing something else on the side, you feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
So it was never one thing.
That's exactly what y'all need to be doing. If you're working a regular job and there ain't no side job on when you getting off work that you working on, bro, you is playing it. You be gambling. Playing with your future.
That I had all my eyes in, you know what I'm saying? So with the music business, it's no different. I have never done every single thing the right way the first time. I'm not perfect or none of that. I've had some ups and downs, but I've had more victories than losses.
Bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up is a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not, that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%. That's right. Okay? So do the math. Now we have $5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed, not after what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math.
Stop renting all them houses and shit like that. Like, it is not cool to have a house in here and over there and over there. Like, get one spot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And own it.
And own it. Save your money, bro. Like, a lot of fools just be like blowing their money on dumb shit. Right. Just because they see somebody else doing it. I've never been that type of dude. I'm like, yeah, spend your money. You'll be broke. And I'll be looking.
Look at his two small pendants. And he don't even got multiple chains on. He got two. So I be wondering, like, artists that just be haven't been in the game too long, why they got, like, you can't even see their neck.
Real good. Like, you know, I make more money every year. Like, there hasn't been a year yet that I made less money than the previous year. I'm doing all right, bro. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to keep it that way. So it's like, you got to.
Bro, you know dang well all his money is going to his stoner habits.
Have good habits and shit like that, and just stop looking at everybody else.
Investing. You mentioned investing.
How did you learn about investing?
I learned about investing just through my business management, really. I learned that my lifestyle could make me a lot of money if I just put the money in the right places. And there's a lot of opportunities that come up, and there's a lot of things that people talk about on the low that you can get in on early before it even becomes something. If you have money, just take a little bit of that money and put it off into something that can make you a little bit more money.
Right. That 250 or 500,000 you gonna spend on the car?
Hey, I'm curious. Look, I used to be into like, since you know I'm into stocks, and there's cannabis stocks like Tron, if I'm right, and there's other ones. But how many of y'all actually look into that, like cannabis stocks? Y'all let me know if that's something that's worth looking into. Like, is that even worth a return in your investment?
Invested in something.
Bruh, you'll come up so good in like, 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
If it's a good, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And everything doesn't work.
Everything ain't gonna hit.
So you might put a little bit into this one,
a little bit over there.
So you just figure out what makes the most sense. Yeah, yep.
I think it was Kron, not Tron.
But I learned that through having good business.
You gotta have the right people around you.
Yeah, yep.
So like, yeah, you like, oh yo, that's what's the name from The Wire. But I'm like, yeah, but me and Sterling's applying at Jack in the Box,
right?
Or like, you know what I mean? And like, no, y'all overqualified. Like, it was a moment where it was like, yeah, we were going to fast food spots, trying to apply for jobs, and it was like one of those moments sitting in the car before we went there. It was like, yo, we about to do this? Are we about to apply for goddamn fast food right now? And he know who I am, so it's not like, oh, it's just like a random person.
That's
it's like, nah,
that's the tough spot.
I was willing to take the L, you know what I'm saying? And deal with you look familiar, and are you the, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, bro.
I'm going to say this.
You got to make ends meet that bad. It's crazy.
Actors are not rich. The marketing departments are, and that is the reason why you are confused. And let me explain. So when you have the actors who are coming on here who are relatively famous and they say that they've made it and that sort of thing, and they are actual millionaires, good for them. They may be the principal actor in whatever project, let's say, on a call sheet, which is a sheet where everyone is listed. They're usually called number one on the call sheet. Number two on the call sheet might make something close to number one, but it ain't making the money that number one makes, right? Everybody else down the line, the salaries just get lower, 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 lower. You know this. It's fine. That's not the reason why you think that all of the actors are rich. The reason why you think the actors are rich is because of the marketing department. The marketing department's job is to make sure that this project looks and appears successful. So they have a PR department. In the marketing department, they will set up all kinds of shit. They will set up red carpets in different countries, premieres. The people who are number one and number two on the call sheet, they don't have to. And neither does anyone, really. Most of the time, you don't have to. You're not obligated to go to any of these promotional events. However, if you want your project to do well, you will probably show up. And to entice those actors, number one and number two, to come, the studios and the marketing departments will pay for all kinds of shit. They'll pay for their hair, they'll pay for their makeup, they'll pay for flights, hotels, you name it. They don't have to spend a dime. Everybody else, you can get invited to the premiere. You'll get invited to the red carpet. You might be able to kind of like get a little moment where someone is interviewing you, but you're paying for everything, right? Because you're not making as much money, you are definitely going to post on your Instagram. You are going to post a lot more. You're going to post every successful project that you're in. So you'll have Getty images right there, and you will have an official Getty image photo. You might even get a sit-down interview, might even get like a behind-the-scenes interview or something like that. You're going to do all of this work, and because of the fame of it, it looks as if these actors are making close to what number one and number two are making, but I am telling you, they are making nothing close to it, and they are only showing up on their own dime. Don't be a scab. Support the unions.
to me, but I dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll give you another piece of information. I have to tell you this or whatever. Like, that really, really rubbed me to like a crazy way about just the industry and just in general. Like, you know, I got charged $40,000 in wardrobe for their wardrobe, referring to Jeezy, Tip, and 2 Chainz. And if you go back to 2013, you go look at the All Go Everything remix. Look and see what T.I. wore. Look and see what Jeezy wore. Jeezy had on a Dickie suit, and T.I. had on Hustle Game. His own brand. Finesse me out of my own 40 bands. You know what I'm saying? Out of my label budget.
I did just look at your label trick.
Bro is paying for some other people to get dressed up and not even wear nothing that's fashion related, but their own brand.
You know what I'm saying? I got paid 40. I had to pay 40 bands for that. Dog, I'm a stylist, dog, before music.
He already knew.
Dog, that burnt my soul.
It's a lot of different things I don't understand about y'all being rappers that is so cool to be. But yeah, I don't even think that's even a good career. You're better off working for a waste management company. They get paid more than teachers. Being a rapper, bro, you're just... It's a popularity contest. You're wasting your time. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know if you got any celebs that we should cover. Like up the video. And appreciate y'all. See you on the next one.